My name is Ioana Frincu, and I am the Chief Operations Officer of Under Development Office and Beyond Enterprises. Today we are going to have a very short presentation, given the limited amount of 15 minutes, about using distributed ledger technology to leverage your competitiveness. First things first, does this work? Does this work? No, it's not. Oh. So, first things first, as I was saying, my name is Ioana. I am part of the Forbes 30 Under 30 batch of 2017, and I am a machine learning and a blockchain expert. I've been working with large and small companies in the fields of defense, banking, healthcare, insurance, identity, and have developed different solutions for them to leverage their competitiveness in their respective fields. I have been having my own development company in Romania, and some of my largest clients right now on the blockchain side are the Gibraltar Blockchain Exchange, for which we have developed their ICO and their ICO listing platform, Group Societe Generale, Transavia, IBM, and a number of banks. Right now we are focusing on asset tokenization, as in gold tokenization, and also on identity management. First, 3 points that I would like to cover today are part of what is the strategic value of blockchain. Right now, we are all speaking about decentralization and the way that this would benefit our businesses. But blockchain is not the universal cure for your IT needs. It is not the 100% safe and secure way of storing anything, and it's not here to replace normal databases. Blockchain is here to work in different business cases where it could actually bring value, and not just as a disintermediator, but also as an intermediator through automation, where we can see a lot of permission blockchain growing really way faster than permissionless blockchains. And its short-term value is focused on cost reduction. Right now, blockchain is an immature technology. It's still in its infancy. And there's a thing that McKinsey called the competition paradox that keeps distributed ledger 3 to 5 years away from becoming a mature technology. This means that people in the space, instead of collaborating and working together more on solutions, such as the R3 Consortium or the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, are choosing to compete. Just like in the dot-com bubble, I believe that we should cooperate more in order to deliver comprehensive business solutions instead of being in a constant competition with each other. In order to start leveraging your strategy, let's say, in the field of blockchain, you need to go through 4 really simple steps, which are illustrated here. First of all, you need to identify the value that a blockchain can help you harness. So here you need to assess impact and feasibility granularly within select industries, within select use cases. Don't try to do everything, because trust me, you cannot do all kinds of blockchain applications at the same time unless you have a huge company and a lot of experts in each respective field. After you identify the value, you need to address the pain points that are preventing you from increasing the value that you generate or that you harness through technology. Here you need to actually look at those specific use cases and see where your pain points or your clients' pain points are. For example, for the Gibraltar Blockchain Exchange, their biggest pain point was the fact that there was no way to allow people to invest in ICOs and smaller projects in a good regulated way. So after they had the regulation for the blockchain development figured out in their territory, they were able to develop a platform and allow people to invest safely in recognized projects. After you address your pain points, you can start capturing the value by tailoring your strategic approach relative to your market position. You should always keep in mind the fact that a small company is not the scaled-down version of a large company. A startup works in different ways compared to a corporation. So you need to look if you are a challenger, a leader, or if you are really using the market as you want to use it in order to generate the value. So please look at your competition, look where you are from market cap point of view, from a yearly turnover point of view, employees number, territories, so on and so forth, and see where you actually stand compared to the rest of the market. After you do this, you can start addressing the barriers and shape the ecosystem through your actions. When you start a company, you need to choose where to have it located, what kind of regulations are best for you, because trust me, if you're not IBM or a huge company like Amazon, you cannot really lobby to change regulations that much, unless, again, you go through that competition paradox that I was telling you earlier and start cooperate with your competitors. Right now, blockchain can address two very major needs. One would be record keeping, and the other one would be transactions keeping. These two major needs are broke down into 6 smaller ones that should cover almost all the ecosystem. So, for the record keeping, we are looking at static registries, which are basically distributed ledgers that hold static data for audit or for further checks. We can look at smart contracts, which are basically a set of these instructions that are executed after some preconditions are met, or identity, where we just store identity data. For example, for the identity use case, 2 years ago, we have developed a project in collaboration with the United Nations Development Program at Under Development Office, and we have helped them move the Armenian citizen data on the Ethereum blockchain, on a private blockchain that we have deployed for them. And they were able to avoid the identity misuse for their citizens. This was a huge issue there, and the UNDP helped us fix. Then on the transaction side, we can look at dynamic registries, which control the way funds are moved from one place to another, or fractional transaction data. Also, we can also look into use cases for payments infrastructures, such as cross-border payments, where we could help increase the speed with which cash and cryptocurrency transactions are performed. And then we have the wonderful favorite category of everyone, miscellaneous, where basically we have all the projects and use cases that combine 2 or more of the first 5 categories, or treat different other topics, such as blockchain as a service, which basically combines at least 2 of the first categories, and also ICOs. I'm saying ICOs because I believe that STOs are ICOs, so I don't really think they're a different thing. After we have gone through the strategic value of blockchain, the strategic approach and where it could be implemented, we need to look also at the feasibility challenges, acknowledge them, and really think how to go over them. Right now, the largest 3 feasibility challenges are the lack of common standards and clear regulations. Each country has a different regulation, especially in Europe, where we have over 500 million citizens just in the European Union, and each of the countries treats this technology according to their already existing law system. So if we're looking at countries like France, we're going to see a totally different approach compared to the United Kingdom. Here, the European Union is actually working right now on creating a common standard, and it's very important if you want to start your business to start it in a country that is friendly to the blockchain technology. The regulators are here to protect everyone that uses your products. They are not the bad guy that comes to kill your startups, and it's important to collaborate and cooperate with them. Regulations are good. They are not here to keep you away from using your technology. And as a practical example, as Gordon said this morning, if there weren't for regulators, you wouldn't know what kind of medicine to actually take for cancer because you're not informed enough and you cannot take a valid decision. So you need experts to do that for you. The second one would be the immaturity of blockchain. I have also listed this as a strategic point from a positive perspective because having a technology just at the beginning allows you to actually become a leader in it. Take, for example, the relational databases developed in 1971 by E.F. Codd while working for IBM. He developed this amazing technology that became IBM's DB2, but because IBM did not harness the skills and did not use the valuable information from him, he moved to Oracle. And Oracle is the leader right now in relational databases. So make sure that you get the best talent and try to cooperate with your team and your competition, which takes us to the next challenge, which is that natural competitors need to cooperate and resolve the competition paradox that is proving to be the hardest element. Well, managing people, emotions, and other ones that are working with you is difficult. So the largest challenge that we have right now in blockchain is to cooperate with other humans. This is kind of lame given the amount of brain resources that each of us has. So it would be really good to go over our own pride and start collaborating with our competitors. So we've gone through what are the strategic valuable points, what is the approach, what are the challenges, and what are the industries where we can apply blockchain. So now we're going to have just 2 more simple slides explaining what's the strategic approach your company should take. So even if you're an entrepreneur, a technical team leader, or a developer, it's very important to know these 2 tiny bits of information that should help your company become a better player in the blockchain industry. The first one is that most companies are stuck when having to choose between opportunities. And that's because our nature as humans prevents us from doing really, really good choices fast. Just imagine a child in front of a package full of different delicious candies. He or she will either eat all of them or stay there for hours trying to choose which one he or she wants. So try to look at the specific and promising use cases which will accelerate your growth. If you're coming from the finance industry, don't try to do gold tokenization that fast. Try to focus on the financial instruments that you are familiar with already. If you are coming from a development background, try to focus on how to optimize the development of your products. Don't try to do identity, assets, dApps, and everything at the same time, because as I said earlier, you will need either a large team or you will just waste your time spending resources on use cases that you cannot cover. And the second one is that right now, the market dominance and standardization and regulatory barriers are still the challenges that we are facing. We do not have the same development standards for Ethereum Solidity development, for example. We do not even have really good standards for Hyperledger. We just have 4 frameworks that we can use and try to get the best out of them. So you should optimize your strategy based on your market position. If you're a startup that works mostly with the Ethereum blockchain, learn how to speed up your development and how to make the best of it. If you're a large company with multiple departments, you should focus on getting them to work together in order to have a shorter interval of development. Take your blockchain team, make them work with your IT team in order to prepare the kind of infrastructure that you wish you would have to accelerate super fast. So, as I said, first, focus on the specific and promising use cases to accelerate the growth from the market position that you have. If you try to do everything at once, your market position will go down. If you try to compete with a large multi-billion-dollar company, no one will find about you because you will only be the challenger for like forever. Having this in mind, this is everything that I wanted to share with you today. I wish I could have had more time, but you can definitely find me on Facebook, Medium, LinkedIn, or any kind of social media to ask more questions, and I will also be here for a short time after I finish the presentation.